Are you moving to Charlotte, North Carolina or the surrounding areas of South Carolina, but you don't know where you want to live? You've even visited and you still don't know where you want to live. Well, in this video, I'm going to try and help you out, and that's coming up. My name is Eli Magids, and I'm a real estate advisor here in Charlotte, North Carolina and the surrounding areas of South Carolina, specializing in luxury homes and new home construction. If you think that I can help you get to the next best part of your life and you're looking for somebody who you like and you trust, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below. Please call or text. So let's get right into this. Charlotte is not a small little town. It is deceptively large from one end to the other. It will take you about an hour driving at about 70 miles an hour, if not faster. So it is very, very large. I'm going to focus on the south part of Charlotte in this video, south part of Charlotte, back into the county next to it, which is Union County, which is very popular, and a little bit further south from there into South Carolina, and two areas that are extraordinarily popular as well. So let's go to the map. So all of this is the Charlotte metropolitan area. The most important parts are the little heart right here, which you'll see. This is uptown Charlotte, and the other important part is the Charlotte Douglas International Airport right over here. The airport itself is actually the 7th busiest in the world based on takeoffs and landings. So uptown, this is the airport. Okay, so to the east of uptown Charlotte are two artsy areas, Nota and Plaza Midwood. I'm going to just pull in for those right over here. This is Nota. These are the artsy, eclectic areas. Nota homes are going to go from $500,000 or $600,000. There are condos there. Lots of upscale dining, kind of funky. Plaza Midwood, also kind of eclectic, a little bit different, offbeat. Both very, very popular neighborhoods. Right next to Plaza Midwood is the Charlotte Country Club. If you're a golfer, Charlotte Country Club, one of the best places in Charlotte to play golf. Price points in the Plaza Midwood area are going to go $400,000 or $500,000 up to the millions. Very close to uptown Charlotte, Optimist Park, a new area in Charlotte that is being revitalized. So Noda and Plaza Midwood are up in this area over here. If you come back from uptown Charlotte, the most expensive real estate in all of Charlotte is this area of Myers Park. Myers Park, older homes probably starting at $1 million, going up to about $6 or $7 million. Some of them are knockdowns, some of them are from the 1900s. Another very expensive area and very, very beautiful is the beautiful Eastover. Eastover is right next to Myers Park. Homes here also are going to be $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. I particularly like Eastover a little bit better than Myers Park, only because I think Eastover has more grandeur and larger lots. So these are two very much the most pricey areas in all of the Charlotte area, Eastover and Myers Park. So associated right next to Myers Park is the Myers Park Country Club. So you have to try and get into the Myers Park Country Club if you want to play golf over here. Remember, there was golf over here in the Plaza Midwood area. Myers Park is right next to an area called Freedom Park. Freedom Park is like New York City's Central Park, a big open green area. Freedom Park is right next to another major important area called Dilworth. Dilworth has very small bungalow style homes and some older upscale homes like in Myers Park. Prices in Dilworth figure about $1.2 million to get a small bungalow style home, probably about 2,800 square feet. Homes here can go up to about $5 or $6 million. That's Dilworth, very walkable, very lovely areas. Right next to Dilworth is South End. South End is where you've got a lot of high-tech area here. Not much in the housing as far as houses are concerned. There's condos being built there. It skews a little bit younger, but a lot of upscale restaurants coming there, a lot of upscale shopping. Same thing with Dilworth. These two are phenomenal areas. The main street here is East Boulevard. Also bordering Freedom Park is a new up-and-comer is Sedgefield. Sedgefield, they're taking old homes, knocking them down, and they're charging $1 million, $1.5 million for the homes in Sedgefield. So Sedgefield, Dilworth, South End, okay? Myers Park over here, Eastover. Very, very expensive real estate. It's the closest real estate to Uptown Charlotte. Now, if you're looking for homes with the highest rated school districts, it's important to check the school district rankings. That is something that I can't really talk to you about, but just to let you know, based on rankings, the more expensive the real estate, it doesn't correspond to the best rated schools. Just a heads up on that. There are tons of private schools in these areas. A lot of people send their kids to private school, but a lot of people send them to public school too, but there may not be the highest rated schools in all the Charlotte area. Now, a major road here in Charlotte, in the south part of Charlotte, is this number 16. This is Providence Road. This is a very important street because this road will take you all the way from uptown Charlotte, all the way back down through the next county, Union County, all the way to Waxhaw. So 16 is very important, and there are neighborhoods on both sides of 16. We've got Myers Park, which I said was very expensive, but over here is another neighborhood called Cotswold. Now, Cotswold is also very beautiful. Beautiful homes. Homes here are going to be $500,000, $600,000 up to about $2.2 million, depending on whether it's a new knockdown house or an older home. The older homes are going to be less expensive. Obviously, the $2 million homes are going to be brand new and they're going to be fancier. So what they're doing to this neighborhood of Cotswold, because there's no areas here that are affordable in Myers Park, they're building really beautiful homes here in Cotswold. Another phenomenal area. Again, highly desirable. If you follow 16 going all the way down, you're going to get to this area called Southpark and an area called Foxcroft and Barclay Downs. This is also very high-end real estate. Very expensive, beautiful homes, $500,000, $600,000, up into the millions. This is a very desirable area. South Park is where you're going to have your South Park Mall, restaurants, shopping. So a very desirable area. Neighborhoods on both sides of 16. Now again, as we're moving south, school districts are going to change and ratings are going to change along with that. Over here from Foxcroft and South Park, if you come a little bit west over here, you're going to have some prime real estate. This is Quail Hollow. Quail Hollow, the Quail Hollow Golf Club, golf course. This is a very prestigious area to live. Very hard to get a membership into the Quail Hollow Golf Club. If you're a golfer, you know about Quail Hollow. Over here is Glen Eagles. This is 7 Eagles, a phenomenal neighborhood, gated. Right behind here is Carmel and Carmel Country Club, another golf course. These homes here, again, can go anywhere from the $600,000 to $700,000 up into the millions, depending on where you land. So now moving away from the very expensive area of the Carmel Country Club in Quail Hollow, and I'm going over onto another major street, which is 51. This was 16 I told you to watch. This is 51. This is another major street, Pineville Matthews Road, or 51. This is Cedarwood Country Club. This is a public course. 51, very important street. 16 I was talking about. In this area is an area called the Arboretum. This is the Arboretum. This whole area from 51 and 16 on back is a highly desirable area because A, the prices go down a little bit, and B, you seem to have more highly rated schools as we're moving further south. This area is extraordinarily popular. All the way back down here, down 16, you have shopping, you have Providence Country Club, phenomenal houses. Houses are going to be anywhere from At this point, I would say 500,000 up to about 1.6 or 7 million, depending on what part. There's some areas right over here that are very, very pricey, and over here are more affordable. Over here, more affordable. This is 16, shopping, 485, great location. If we follow 16 all the way back down south, we're gonna hit the Union County border. Union County is the county right next to Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. Union County has some very highly rated schools, so if that's important, you need to look up those schools. Also, taxes are a little bit lower in the Union County area. So the area of Weddington is extraordinarily popular right now. Very, very popular, very hard to get a house. 600,000, 700,000, $1 million, $1.2 million, $2 million. That's what you're talking about here in the Weddington area down in 16. The club at Longview is in an area called Marvin, which is right next to Weddington. Again, those houses are going to be $1 million to $6 million. Providence Country Club, that is in Mecklenburg County or Charlotte. Right over here is Union County. So you can see the border is very, very close. If you follow 16 all the way down, the club at Longview is like the beginning of Marvin. As you go down, you have Firethorn Country Club over here, this area of Marvin. Very, very popular. Schools are highly rated. If you move over here, you end up in Weddington. Also very, very popular, very, very expensive, highly rated schools. These two areas are probably the most affluent areas in all of North Carolina. So that's Marvin, Weddington. Moving back down south, you're going to hit an area called Waxhaw. Also a very, very popular area. Schools are highly rated. Depending where in Waxhaw, you have to check the ratings very carefully. Here you can get homes anywhere from about $400,000 up to about $800,000 or $900,000. The further south you go, the less expensive the homes are in this particular area. But if you end up going over here to Weddington and Wesley Chapel, these become more expensive. Now we've discussed 16, we've discussed 51 Pineville Matthews. I'm going to talk about one other major street right now, so not to confuse you too much. And that one is called 521. 521 in Charlotte is called Johnston Road. Once you get over the Charlotte line, it goes into South Carolina and it turns into 521 and it becomes Indian Land, South Carolina. The important thing about 521, location is great. You're in an area here called Ballantyne. Ballantyne is a very desirable area. Schools are highly rated in the Ballantyne area. Providence Country Club, Ballantyne Country Club, they all go to the same schools. Very, very nice real estate. Can be pricey. Can get something in the $500,000 range, $600,000 range, up into $4 or $5 million, depending on obviously the particular neighborhood and the particular home. Ballantyne Country Club is going to be expensive. Providence Country Club will be a little bit less expensive. Homes can go up into the millions depending on the home in that neighborhood. Tons of shopping everywhere. Following 521 Johnston Road, if you go over 521, you're going to hit the South Carolina border and you're going to hit an area called Indian Land. Indian Land is undergoing tremendous growth. There's land there, there's building there, and there's new development there. Some neighborhoods have waiting lists, some are just starting out. I'm going to do a video about the homes and the new neighborhoods that are just starting out. Next area is going to be Fort Mill, highly rated schools, tons of people moving down to Fort Mill. Very, very popular. You get to use everything that Charlotte has, but you're paying South Carolina taxes. Proximity to Charlotte, very, very easy. Fort Mill is big and is growing. And the next area over from Fort Mill is Tega Cay, another very popular area. This is Lake Wylie. If you want to be on the lake, you can find some homes here on the lake. You can find some homes near the lake. These homes here are also not cheap anymore. They're 500, 600. There's a new neighborhood that just is starting up in TGK, going to be custom homes. They're going to be starting at $1.5 million. Proximity to Charlotte is great. Again, it all depends on your lifestyle. What do you want? Do you want the lake? Do you want the proximity to uptown Charlotte? Do you want proximity to shopping? Do you want to be near the golf course? Do you want a gated neighborhood? All of those things I can help you. If you're interested, give me a call. My number is located down below. Lots of areas I covered. I've only touched upon the south part of Charlotte. These are the areas that I find right now are the most desirable for most people who are contacting me. If I can help you try and decipher where is a place for you, feel free to reach out to me, call or text. I hope you found this helpful, and I'm going to continue this series in the next video. Thanks for watching, and until next time.